going on? So this video right here is going to be how to take action. And this is such an important topic because, you know, every step of the way so far with your mindset has been very important. But having that information and that knowledge is just knowledge and information if it's not applied. Okay? So applying that information that I've given you throughout this program is the last step, and that's how to take action. Now, I've got everything written down here because this stuff is pretty important and it goes into depth pretty nice, but this video is not going to be super long, but I want you guys to bear with me here because I've got to hold this phone here and I've got my list of things that are definitely effective whenever it comes to taking action. Okay. So, first things first is when you wake up in the morning, you have to be thankful. Okay, so when you get up in the morning, the first thing you want to do is thank God. You want to thank your creator. You want to thank this universe for allowing you another day to take action, to make it happen. Because the truth is if you wake up with breath in your lungs and you're alive, that gives you the opportunity to live another day and to take action. So you have to take that serious and you have to take it for what it's worth, okay? So the first thing you want to do is wake up, thank God for the opportunity to be alive again. Now, the second thing I want you to do is I want you to meditate. Now, you have different states that your brain can be in, that your brain vibrates on. You have delta state, you have alpha state, you have theta state. So you have all these different states that your brain can be in. But when you wake up in the morning, your mind is trying to get into alpha state, okay? You want to be in alpha state because when you're in alpha state, your mind is at its most creative point. You're in a position to where you're able to create and you're able to come up with good ideas and stuff like that, okay? Like right now, while I'm talking to you, your mind's in delta state because you're paying attention to something. But if you put in perspective the times where you're like thinking about something that you like, or whenever you are, you know, considering trying something new, your mind goes into alpha state and you get really creative and you start to picture yourself doing it, okay? So like, let's say after you watch a really crazy movie, like you actually feel like you could be Batman, you feel like you could be Superman, right? At the end of that movie. Because you're in alpha state, you're creating yourself in that reality. And that's why movies are so intriguing, because it gauges your emotions. It takes you up and down and up and down. And that gives you a level of interest. But you can do this to yourself naturally through meditation. So when you wake up in the morning, it's important to take at least 10 minutes to just meditate and visualize. And you have to set the pace for your day early on. So I'm going to lead you guys through a guided meditation right now before I go into these other steps. So when you wake up, I want you to listen to Alpha Waves. This is going to be on the page. You can download this and I'll give you guys the inside scoop on how to download this from YouTube, and or you can just listen to it on YouTube. But these Alpha Wave meditations are made for people who are meditating for college classes and studying, so that they can be creative and come up with the answers and they can actually retain the information they're trying to listen to. So what I want you to do is I want you to listen to Alpha Waves, and I want you to talk to yourself. You don't have to say anything out loud, but I want you to say it on the inside. I want you to say, okay, you know, I'm going to say my name and you say your name. You know, Calvin, you know, today is going to be your day. You're going to wake up today. You're going to succeed. You're going to bless others. You're going to serve people. The clients you have are going to be satisfied. Abundance is going to come your way. You have more than enough inside you, and your cup is overfull with abundance, prosperity, happiness, joy, and prosperity. You have more than enough for your own life and for everybody that you're surrounded with. Today, abundance is going to flow to you naturally and you're going to attract good things. Everything that you touch is going to turn to gold. Everything that you are around is going to bring out the best in that situation. Now, just by saying that and believing that, you automatically set yourself up for success early on in the day. Now, that's just a brief guided meditation that I want you guys to do for yourself. But I want you guys to write down some things, and I want you to visualize those things first thing in the morning. And I want you to say that you have those things. Notice how I said, you're going to have this, you're going to have, like I expected, right? Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. Okay, now the next thing is you have to be willing, okay? Now each day you're not gonna wake up and you're not gonna feel like doing what it takes to succeed. There's gonna be days where you wake up tired, you might wake up and just really not feel like doing anything, but you have to be willing and determined to do what it takes to enable your success, okay? If you're not doing what it takes to enable your success daily, well, then you're not setting yourself up to take action. So it's a must that you're willing every single day, even if you don't feel like it, okay? The next thing on here is motion creates emotion, okay? So if you're not in the emotional state of feeling like you have what it takes to do what it takes to succeed, then the best thing to do is take action, move, get up, be excited, be thankful, be grateful. Now, I'm gonna take you guys to a situation. Have you ever been super sick? Like, I'm talking about like sick where you're like, damn, like I can't get out of bed, I don't feel good, my body aches. Have you ever felt like that? And then, or have you ever like sprained an ankle or hurt yourself, and towards the end of feeling like that, you like get a little bit of mobility back and you just feel super grateful just for the basics of being like, damn, I'm so glad I can just get out of bed, right? Well, why does it take something bad like that to happen for you to be thankful for the way you feel when you don't have that going on? That should be something that you're thankful for before something bad happens to you. So for example, why not jump out of bed in the morning and praise God that, hey, I have energy, I have both my legs, I have both my arms, I have my limbs, I can see, I can smell, I can taste. I'm thankful for the opportunity to be in a free country where I have every opportunity to live out the lifestyle that I want to live and to make my own decisions to succeed on a daily basis. Guys, that's powerful, okay? Just being thankful for the small things will set you up to have more. Like, I'm sure that if you're a parent, if you're not a parent, this might not relate, but maybe you can relate to a spouse or a friend or somebody you've bought a Christmas present for. Have you ever bought a Christmas present for somebody or a birthday gift and they don't like it? They're not thankful for it. They get it and they're like, oh, that's it? Ooh, just these, like just some off-white shoes, that's it? You know what I mean? Let me ask you this. Are you going to give that person more in that situation? Or are you going to want to say, well, damn, I wish I wouldn't have even got you this. I'd just rather take this back and not get you anything. So the universe or God works in the same way. If you aren't thankful for what you already have, then God can't give you more He can't give you more. If the universe can't give you more, if you wake up complaining, oh, so-and-so has more than me, or this person has more than this person, or this person has less, you're not going to be able to get more. So wake up and take action and be thankful for the things that you already have inside you, because the truth is you already have everything inside you. So whenever you stop looking externally to take action, when you stop looking for a sign, when you stop looking for the right people to come to you, when you stop looking for all of the things that you think success is, which is on the outside, you'll start to realize that success is generated from the inside. Here's a good example. Jay-Z was on an interview, and when he hit billionaire, his friends were like, you changed. Man, you changed so much. And he looked at him and he was like, well, I didn't try to get to $1 billion to be the same person. He was like, and, I didn't get to $1 billion by staying the same person. So the thing is like, on the inside, he had to change on the inside, not the outside. On the outside, you can get material. Material doesn't make you successful. What makes you successful is being committed to taking action consistently. That's what makes you successful. If famous people were successful because of what they have on the outside, they'd hit $100 million and quit. But Jay-Z's still making money and he's a billionaire. Okay? Jeff Bezos is still running Amazon and he's worth $200 billion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these people could easily quit what they're doing and they could just walk away from it. But the reason they're successful is because they wake up committed to taking action every single day. And they never fail to do so. Okay, now here's another thing. I want you guys to envision something for me really fast. I want you to picture yourself being, extremely upset right now. And the reason I say that is because being upset is easier to visualize than having the goal that you want. So envision being mad right now. Envision somebody cutting you off or a police officer pulling you over and you're headed to work and how much that pissed you off, okay? Now that you have that in your mind, I want you to also visualize your goal, okay? And I want you to visualize the success that you want for yourself. Now, as you notice, you probably can't, right? It's hard for you to visualize what pisses you off and your goal at the same time. The reason why is because your mind cannot be in two places at once. It's impossible for your mind to be in two places at once. So what that means is you have to be clear about what it is that you want, and you have to keep your mind focused on that. And whenever you do that, it's going to make it 10 times easier for you to take action on a daily basis. Now, some of you may say, well, how do I do that if I have stuff going on? How do I keep my mind focused on the big picture whenever I'm stressed out or whenever I get pulled over? This is how, okay? I want you guys to tell yourself that everything that's happening to me isn't happening to me, it's happening for me, okay? Here's a perfect example. Whenever I started my online fitness business, I went to Miami, went to a seminar. Grant Cardone had a seminar up there, and I had a flight scheduled, and I missed that flight. And so I get there, and I'm like, oh shit, man, my flight, I'm not gonna get to go. It's gonna cost me however much money to end up getting on this flight and making it right. And it's just gonna be a pain in the ass. And once I get there, it's gonna be a pain. And I missed my flight. And then they were like, hey, there's a layover flight. I'm like, okay, perfect. And so I get on that flight, and in my mind, like, I'm kind of discouraged, but I'm telling myself, like, this is all gonna work out. Like, everything's gonna happen the way it's supposed to happen. So I get to 10X, and my first day goes by. I'm sitting outside waiting for some Grubhub, get me some food, and just kind of in an off mode, kind of in a down energy. But I told myself everything's gonna work the way it's supposed to work. And I'm sitting there, and at this point is when I started vegan keto. So I had been vegan keto for probably about 6 months at this point, and I had been vegan for about 8.5 years. So I knew, how to do the vegan diet, and I knew that, but I was trying to learn how to do keto with vegan so that I could tone up a little bit more before starting my own online fitness business. Well, there's a person by the name of Brandon Carter that sparked my interest, and I had been following him on YouTube and kind of saw him as a celebrity. Like, I didn't really ever think I would run into him in person. So I'm sitting there and I happen to look up and I'm actually listening to one of his videos, and Brandon Carter's walking past. I said, "Hey, are you Brandon Carter?" And he's like, "Yeah, what's up, man?" Needless to say, I met Brandon Carter, okay? And for those of you who don't know who Brandon Carter is, he's got a huge online fitness business where he coaches coaches, which honestly led to me getting to the position of where I'm at to help me maximize my increase and help the people that I have in my programs. And he became a mentor of mine. Now, that first day, I just kind of let him walk past, right? And I talked to him, took a photo with him, etc. And then that next day, I ran into him again. And then the next day I ran into him again, 3 days in a row. And I'm like, this cannot be by coincidence. Like, this is, and it's all in different locations. Like, it wasn't like I just kept seeing him at the same spot. It was like different places every time. And I'm like, holy crap. So at this point, I'm like, man, I'm going to check my stories. Maybe this guy is just, I don't know. Maybe he's just like, oh, there's Calvin again. I'm going to go say what's up. But no, straight up, like, I just kept running into him. But I would take action every time. Every time I saw him, I would speak to him. I would say something. But I didn't really know what to say or what to do. I was just like in awe that I'm coming across this person that I look up to so much. Well, what happened was, next I scheduled a call with him and I signed up for his program. And that was a game changer for me. And when I came back to Oklahoma, I realized that, man, this is because I took action, okay? I took action, and I never failed to believe that something good was going to come out of the opportunity that once seemed like it was making me suffer. You know, like, a lot of people will have situations where they're suffering or something's not going the way they want it to go, and they fold, they just quit. And now I'm not saying that you can't have emotions. You know, have those emotions. It's okay to feel, but you have to understand that the emotions that you have are in direct proportion to the lifestyle that you live. So if you can change the way you feel about the situations that you're currently facing, it will breed the lifestyle that you live. That's why I always say, you know, you have to picture and you have to ask yourself what it is you truly want. If you can picture something, if you can ask yourself what you truly want, you can then take action. The quality of the questions you ask yourself will birth the lifestyle that you live. But you have to take action on the questions that you ask yourself. So I want you to ask yourself, what are your current circumstances that you're going through? What's your current routine that you're living by? What are your biggest roadblocks holding you back from taking action? And what is your plan to overcome it? That's 4 things, okay? Now those 4 things right there can change your entire life. When the Wright brothers discovered they wanted to fly, what they did was, their current circumstances was nobody had ever flown before. Their objection was to overcome that nobody had ever flown before. Their roadblock was they didn't know how to make it work. And their solution was they were going to figure it out at all costs. And that's what they did. They took action daily, over and over and over, until they got the results that they wanted. But they never made excuses. They wrecked many of planes they tried to fly. They got hurt several times. People laughed at them. People thought they were crazy. People called them a fool. But they never stopped. And that's what I want you guys to do in this program. I want you to take action every single day, even when nobody else believes in you. I want you to believe in yourself. I want you to wake up willing, and I want you to do this every single day. And when you're in doubt, I want you to start over, okay? At any given time, start over. Listen to this program every single day, okay? And it's gonna take you time. You might not have time to listen to every single video, but listen to one video. If you're struggling with one thing, listen to the video for that topic, okay? I want you to journal. I want you to know what your why is. I want you to be determined. And I want you to be willing. If you're willing, there's very few things that can actually stop you. And just like I say in some of the other videos, if somebody tells you you're capable of doing something and you don't believe it, you're gonna fail. Just as much as if you think that you're capable of succeeding and nobody else tells you you can, you'll succeed. So make sure that you tell yourself what it is that you truthfully want, be determined, and stay consistent with it every single day. If you take action on a daily basis like that, there's no reason you can't increase the lifestyle that you currently live and be fulfilled in the person you are from using this program to your advantage. All right, guys. Well, that's the end of this video, and that's the last video for the steps to help you to maximize the increase in your life. There are going to be some guided meditations and books that I have for bonuses, but thank you and congratulations for finishing this project and for being involved with this program. This is something that will definitely change your life, and these are the tools and the steps that have changed my life and helped me to overcome the adversities I faced in my life. The best is yet to come. It's just a decision away. So decide and be willing.